So what's up, y'all? We're back. This is part 2 with the Rashad Corey.
Yes.
I call him the Rashad Corey, fashion extraordinaire. God has given me some things to say to him too. Yeah, he's not about to aggravate me. Okay. Look, I'm trying to stay professional with him. Okay. But so when we left off, we were talking about the color purple and imagining it, and you know how people need to see it, and it is a very good film. I mean, the cinematography is good, you know.
And it's a black film.
It's a black film. But see, I think...
It speaks on healing.
But guess what? I think, too, you know, black people, when we get something that's ours, we hold on to it. So I think that's why with the original one, we didn't want nobody to touch that. Because, you know, that's our movie. Yeah. You know,
I mean, but you have to realize that the original makers, Steven Spielberg and Oprah was not a producer then, but even Alex Walker.
Right.
Alice Walker.
I read the book too. So
Alice Walker, she was on set. Like she even had her hand in this.
Oh, I didn't know she was there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, the writer okay with it.
I mean, yeah. So it's like
okay
no one's just taking anything and just doing a reimagination. This was a whole team effort from people that were the original creators from 1985 that came back. Thank God they were all still here.
So we got to get into just a little bit of drama. Now, I want to say my show is not about drama, but there was a lot of controversy behind the movie. And I remember talking to you about it after I went to see it. And you were saying people are being so da-da-da-da. And I felt like, I said, I think he's kind of taking it personally. Did you? Because it's something you work, it's your baby too, along with everybody else. So did you take this controversy that's been going out and then hearing a lot of what our people have been saying about it, the negative, how does that make you feel? Because it's getting kind of up and down. It's getting so many up and down.
You know, I have to be honest, I've had to block out a lot of the noise because I feel like, you know, we started out really, really strong and really, really powerful with the message. And we were very, 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 very clear of what this message was. And it was healing. And it was to bring healing to our people. And it was very, very disheartening to see how we easily got swayed away from the healing and the deliverance that could have been, not trying to be churchy with saying deliverance, but it really was a powerful moment to really express and to see how someone could be so low and God can give you double and triple back for your trouble. And I feel like...
But he said he would do that though.
Yes.
He said, I would give you double for what you lost. Look what he did. He gave things that Job lost. He gave him back children.
Absolutely.
Land,
and that's the same thing that
everything.
happened for Celie. And so what I'm saying is I just would want our people to just focus on, like, listen, this wasn't like, you know, a thriller where we're just trying to this movie was about entertaining. This was really to uplift, motivate, inspire, heal our generation, and even the generations that have gone from our grandmothers, and you know, during the 30s and the 20s and the early you know, teens and things that they had to endure just with, like, you know, poverty and you know, segregation and you know, pretty much even, like, you remember how Celie, she was pretty much sold off, you know, to get married to Mr. and then to be now abused. How many of our ancestors have gone through that? How we might have even
let's be true. It's still happening in modern
Absolutely.
That's not far off. It's still happening.
It is not far off. It is not far off. But unfortunately, a lot of that was really all that our ancestors knew.
Right.
You know,
and in other cultures, they consider it a cultural thing. There's still a lot of young girls being married off and given away to much older men in different societies and different things of that nature. And for them, it's cultural. You know what I'm saying? They haven't modernized and grown. But I don't think no 12, 13-year-old girl need to be with somebody that's 50, 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? And then not even understanding her body and her sexuality and what's going on with her, and then have to consummate that with somebody she don't even really know. Because, you know, for a lot of people, marriage and coming together is business too. You know, so yeah,
I just feel like we just like, even with the whole, what was it, Boosie,
yeah, I wanted to ask you about
badass,
right?
Yeah, but I just like, okay, after all that we saw in this movie. This is what we're talking about. Suge Avery and Celie kissing.
And let's be true, that's the only time she felt love from anybody. But
Absolutely. But my thing is just like, I mean, she was abused.
We know
I
it's
mean, she
selective
was.
outrage.
I mean, it's just like to go through all of that abuse, to go through all of that we saw. Like you were okay with that, and then the whole narrative just started to then become, we're trying to push this narrative on. Like that was like, guys, it's a movie.
It's just
of
a movie.
healing.
And
like, come on, stay with
the thing about it's art imitating life. These things do happen.
I mean, this is reality.
Yeah, it do. I think what it is, we hate to see our reality. We like to live it, but we don't like to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we have to see what's going on, then we have to face what's going on. You got what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And maybe he have an issue with all the abuse because,
I mean, I can't really say anything on that, but I am gonna say that, I just feel like, we just
I'm saying there was a lot of other things that happened that people could have. He was upset about. He said it's a lesbian movie, taking his child out of there. Yeah. But there was a lot of things people could have walked out on.
Absolutely.
The abuse.
Absolutely. I don't want my child to see the incest. I mean,
right.
Because even the idea of Alfonso, who was Celie's father, raping her and she then carrying his child. So we didn't see the rape in this reimagination, but if anybody knows the original classic movie and also the book, she was pretty much raped
by her father.
And who
was married to her mother, living in the same house. Right?
Absolutely. So it's like it's so many different things, but it's kind of like the church almost. We pick and choose
and
what
they doing everything.
I mean, this is a little sin, but this is the big sin. And this big sin, we gotta call that out. But all those little sins, we don't speak nothing about.
And ain't none little or big, they all the same. And they all been washed and covered. But anyway, that's a whole nother.
No, it is.
But they're gonna let Have on this
video. Because I can go in when it comes to the.
Well, I know. I know exactly. I know exactly what the blood is. But
where's your cup? Cheers.
Okay, so I'm not gonna keep him much longer because he's been here for a while. He's busy, and I thought I was gonna have to really put a lasso around his neck.
Yeah, it's been hard.
Yeah, I was gonna get him.
I'm really busy right now. The world is just.
But I don't care. You gotta make time for me because I'm your real brother.
Well, he brought me to the closet, child. I'm in the closet.
Baby, ain't nobody in no closet.
I got a tweed shirt on and I'm in the closet.
But
then he gave me this fan and told me, use this fan to cool yourself down. I said, what the heck is this?
I turned the heat all the way down, but it is probably 17 degrees outside and he wanted me to cut the air on. But I cut the heat to like 62 and I turned the fan on. You cool now, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right, so Rashad, Corey, you have come through.
Amen. Still coming through?
Yeah, because we're always growing. We're always going to be learning the lesson. We're going to be going through valleys and hills and mountains. But what I do want to say is that with the help of God, with your grandmother who prayed for you, your family, you really navigated through to where you are. I mean, it's something to be proud of. And I want people to be proud of you. And I want people to, people who experience what you've experienced or been through hardships or whatever, don't give up. Don't become a bum. Don't feel like you can't make it. Don't feel like you can't go to God. Like your dreams can't come to pass because they can't stop making a mountain out of a molehill. You know what I'm saying?
The God that gave the dream is the God that can provide the dream into manifestation.
I need tamarind.
Yeah.
Right, we don't be church. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah.
All right. We church kids, we play and we be in here crying.
I'm already feeling it.
Okay, yeah, I am too. You know how you do.
I'm rocking.
I want to get him back on. So, is it difficult working in the industry? On the level that you are now? Or was it more difficult on lower levels of the industry? Entry levels, I would say.
I mean, everything has its challenges. I wouldn't say difficult, but I would say it has its strong challenges. A lot of things have come out in the media recently about some of the challenges that a lot of the actors have had to go through. We've just came out of a strike from the writers and the writers and the actors, which actually affected everyone that works in the TV and film business. So I would say, when you say, what was the question again? Is it challenging?
Is it challenging?
That makes it challenging. One, because we have to constantly fight for our rates. We have to constantly prove ourselves that, this is what we deserve. And what people don't realize is, we work show to show, project to project. So the rate that I'm given for the next 4 months or 5 months on this project, I may need that to sustain me
for another 4 or 5 months, depending on the next job.
Depending on the next job. So
ain't you glad you got God? How he opens doors.
He always opens doors, and he always does provide, but he also gives you wisdom. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've had to learn a lot of wisdom working in this business, because when the money is flowing, you have to save your money, because where you guys may work a 9-to-5 job and you working all year round, that may not be my story. I have to still apply and still put myself out there for the next opportunity. And unfortunately, like the strike or the pandemic, where it causes people to be out of work with little to no resources, and they still have to fend for themselves in a $1 billion industry.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
And a billion. Somebody getting the money. So it's been great, right? Me and you could sit here and talk for hours and hours and hours. I didn't even get a chance to really talk about Granny, but just give them. She was your mainstay. You're not gonna cry, right?
I don't know.
I just want you to just give testimony to her real quick. She's going on to be with the Lord now, resting. Wonderful lady. Loving, kind, wonderful lady. Was very nice to me during my tenure living in Washington, D.C. I mean, amazing. But just go ahead and give a little testimony to her before we end this, because you love to give her props, and I think she deserved it. You really loved her, and it was a lot that went on with her passion and stuff like that. We didn't get into that, which we don't have to get into that.
I ain't got a problem.
I know. Maybe next time when you come back from New York, maybe we'll do another interview with you.
We're already on part 2.
But that's a long story. You really want to get into that? And that's right.
Anyway, my grandmother was the sacrifice. Okay, she was the sacrifice. And I say that she was the sacrifice because we had to see the most beautiful, humble, sweet, caring woman that was a missionary, that would give her shirt off of her back for anyone. A woman that was always in the stores and grocery markets, professing the love of God, and always encouraging people, always promoting her church, always promoting, her ministry that she was a part of. I say that she was the sacrifices because of the way my grandmother did pass. It's been public that my grandmother passed due to COVID, and she did catch COVID by going to church. And I was so upset with God for that. I did not understand, how could you allow my grandmother to go to church and praise you, worship you, and get sick and then die. But what I did realize is that she did not die. She just transitioned.
We don't die.
And she is happy. And she is with the man that she could never stop talking about, which was her Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So I have taken full understanding.
So you would say she would, as the Bible say, that great cloud of witness?
Yes.
Cheering us on, cheering you on.
Yes.
Go Rashad, go Rashad, go.
Yes. So with full understanding, I know that she is at peace.
All is well.
And she is up there. I mean, pushing things through for me. I promise you, after my grandmother passed, everything went up for me. I mean, and it's kind of scary to say it. It's like, dang, Granny had to die, or Granny had to transition for like all my dreams to come to pass. But I look at it like this. It's like now she is at the throne of God. Like, God, do it for him. God, do it for him. That dream is still on the line. Push the doors, open. Do it. Like, and I really see my grandmother really just being my personal intercessor, where she was my personal intercessor on this earth, but now she has complete and full access to the throne.
And
of
every
God.
prayer she laid here is still
Absolutely.
working.
It's still working.
They don't die.
Absolutely.
You know what
and
I'm
then
saying?
some of the prayers that she prayed here, she's now over in glory, and she realized that
Don't you start with Greg. Okay, so something real fun. I did this with my last with Chef Cole when I interviewed with him. So off the top of your head, I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Just answer the first thing off the top of your head. Favorite color?
orange.
He said orange too. Why
Really?
orange?
That's orange. Oh, this is the most beautiful color. Look at
Orange
it.
is vibrant.
It's vibrant.
It's my
beautiful.
second favorite color.
It's like orange has been my favorite color since I was a kid. I used to be like the orange Power
In what
Ranger.
year did you have the best relationship?
2014.
Have you ever walked outside unwashed?
Oh, of course.
Did you stink?
Never stink.
Why you ain't stink?
I mean, because she was just fresh and
Have you
clean.
ever had any teeth work done?
Yes.
So you have teeth that are not really yours?
Oh, I mean, you said teeth work done. Like, I mean, did you ever get some like oral surgery or something like that? No, but I'm actually scheduled.
You don't. Your teeth are fine.
Yes, but
You about to get a whole mouth of veneers? You better not come in here look like a
I
chicken.
didn't say that.
Okay, if you come,
Don't do that for the people.
because
that
everybody
have-
just getting them now
Okay,
just
but
for
don't,
fashion
but,
sake.
but,
Your
don't,
teeth are fine.
but don't do that to people that have veneers. Say they look like chickens.
Some people they're too big. There's
You
too
just got to get it right
They're
for
too
your
white.
mouth. You got to get it right for your mouth. Chickens.
Well, make sure you go to the right doctor and pay the right money so you don't be looking like a box of chiclets.
Jeez.
Do you want to be in love?
Yes, I'm in love.
You are in love.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm not gonna get too much of his business on here. Wait a minute now. What?
Mm-hmm.
When did you fall in love?
I was about 7 years old when I found the love of my life named Jesus.
You got me, baby. I was about to go in what?
Yes.
Let me
I'm in
pause
love.
this.
I'm in love.
Now I gotta have a big. Yeah, you should. That's who I'm in love with too. That's exactly who you need to be in love with. So before we go, I want you to give these people a word to last them for the week. So your interview is going up on next Monday, right? So give them an encouraging word, or whatever's on your heart you feel like can carry them, keep them strong. Because sometimes it's hard for people to get just to the next day, right?
Yeah.
So give them something that you think can carry them for one full week.
Okay. It's the beginning of the year. We're in January. I want to encourage people to get back into writing your vision out. Take it from the brain, take it from your heart, speak it out of your mouth, and begin to write it on tablets. The Bible says in Habakkuk 2 to write your vision out and make it plain. A lot of things that we will not ever see is because we are not writing it and we're not professing it out of our mouths. You have to believe it, you have to see it, you have to proclaim it. You can't just walk around with doubt. You can't say, or you can't say, God, I want you to do this for me, but you're doubting. That is like an oxymoron. How can you say that I believe God to do this for me, to move this mountain, but then the mountain is making you intimidated? You have to know that you are stronger than the mountain. You're bigger than the mountain. You're bigger than the obstacle. Great is he that lives within you, is he that is in the world. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. They will form, but they won't work. I always had a vision in my head when I was, not vision, it was more so a dream. When I was a kid, I always imagined somebody trying to shoot me. And they were like, every time they would shoot me, it was like the bullets would come out, but then they would like splatter because it just wouldn't even touch me. So it's just like that. The weapons are going to come at you, and you're gonna may feel the pressures. You're gonna feel the darts. You're gonna feel the pressure of the weapons, but the weapon ain't going to be able to take you out. It's not going to be able to take you down, but the weapon is going to uplift you, and it's going to motivate you, and it's going to push you into your purpose. Allow things and obstacles and afflictions, these light afflictions, allow those things to push you into your purpose. Don't let it sink you down or make you feel like you are you're less than, or you're not greater than, but let those afflictions shift you. And once you begin to shift with the shift. Don't resist the shift. That was it.
Don't resist the shift.
Shift with the shift.
So this week, don't resist the shift. Shift with the shift.
Write your visions
Write
down.
your vision.
Speak it out of your mouth.
With intent.
Baby, you got to
Be
get
intentional.
bold. You got to get bold with that thing. You got to look at it like it's your, like in the mirror. You speak to yourself, and you just talk, and you decree and you declare. I am the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the lender and not the borrower. Maybe, man, I tell you, I literally would speak, I am the lender and not the borrower, so many times. And now I'm in a season.
I do it every day.
I'm in a season where I'm the lender and not the borrower. I may have to borrow some money sometimes. But but I'm the lender and not the borrower. You gotta speak it. You gotta believe it. You have to affirm those things boldly with a surety.
So Rashad Corey, I want to thank you. Appreciate you for coming.
This how we go in and out, baby. Be in the spirit one moment, and then
now,
baby back in the flesh the next.
So I want to thank THE Rashad, since he giving me T Rashad here. Look, I don't say Kiri.
It's on Instagram,
yeah.
Rashad Corey.
All right. Oh, before I end this, give them. I'm going to put it on there, type
Yes.
it on, but give them where they can find you. Everywhere they can find you.
Yeah, so on Instagram, you can follow me at the Rashad Corey, TheEERashad I'm on Facebook, Rashad Corey.
So, thank you all. This is another installment of Intimate Conversations with Warren Lyric Guest. I have another interview coming up with Miss QT Catering. She's taking over Soul Food here in Atlanta, Georgia. She's doing her big one. Like I said, I'm going to be interviewing people you may know. Some may be famous, some may not be famous. They're all different walks of life. And they're just going to tell you their story on an intimate level in a comfortable space, nothing messy, just where they can encourage you. That's my goal, to encourage. We got enough mess. So if you want that, you're definitely going to have to look for that somewhere else. But I want people that you can relate, find something. And anybody, you can find something that's relatable. And like I said, we in the closet, but we out the closet. It has nothing to do with sexuality, but it has everything to do with it's time for you to step out now. It's time for you to come all the way out and be exactly who you are 100%. Whatever your dreams and whatever your visions are, it's time for you to make them known. Come out the closet. Everybody that you're going to see me interview, they have already stepped out. They're doing their big one. He's doing his big one. And I pray that God continues to bless you and elevate you in every aspect, and God be with you while you're in New York City. I will be up there to check on you to make sure you're doing the right thing. But anyway, I love you guys, and until next week, this is another episode of Intimate Conversations with Orange Lyric. You all be blessed and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you guys.
Love
Bless you.